Seems everyone these days using Zoom or some form of a video conferencing app. Lance Whitney joining us here today for Tech Republic. And today we're specifically talking, Lance, about some phishing campaigns that involving impersonating Zoom, where people actually think they're getting an email from Zoom, a message from that company, and in fact, they're being duped here.
Right, Karen. So yeah, so obviously Zoom and a lot of these other video chat and remote collaboration tools have become so popular as we're all quarantining at home. So naturally, cyber criminals are taking the opportunity to try to exploit these tools, knowing that so many more people are using them. So in this case, a security company called Abnormal Security uh, spotted a new phishing campaign that tries to spoof Zoom. So in this particular type of attack, what happens is the recipient of the phishing email gets a notice that they missed an important Zoom meeting. And the phishing email contains a link for them to click on in order to try to access this alleged meeting. The landing page that comes about from the phishing email prompts the person to sign in with their Microsoft account credentials. So this type of campaign is typically aimed at an organization, at a business or company where people have Microsoft accounts that they may use to sign into other types of services and applications. So obviously what happens is if the person falls for the scam and they sign in with their account credentials, the cyber criminals then are able to gain access to it. So again, this type of campaign is so popular these days as people are using Zoom. So it can be easy for someone to fall for this.
Yeah, I mean it's really can be, so unfortunate how these things can happen, Lance, and it just takes one click, one person to fall for something, unfortunately. Talk a little bit though about any advice from the company here. What can people do to help protect themselves?
Sure. So some of this advice is specific to Zoom. Some of it um, um, can be customized to work with other types of sites and services. But one piece of advice that always holds true is you always want to double check the links that you see in this type of email. Where is the link taking you? So hover over the link, see what the URL is where it's trying to take you. If there's anything that doesn't look right, looks a little bit suspicious about the link, if it doesn't look like it's coming from a legitimate company, then you certainly want to think twice about it. If you do click on the link and that takes you to the landing page, again, that's a good opportunity to check the URL in the address field of your browser to see if this looks like a legitimate link. Does this look like it's going to a legitimate company? So you always want to be a little circumspect about that. And again, just double check every link that this type of email leads you to make sure that they're correct and legitimate. Another piece of advice specific to Zoom is that you want to make sure that any emails from Zoom, meeting invitations and things like that, are coming from someone you trust, someone you know within your organization, and not from some external source. So that's always a good piece of advice. And then a final piece of advice that, again, is relatable to Zoom, but also applicable to other types of phishing emails is rather than clicking on the link in the email, you want to do a runaround around this email and go directly to the website. So in the case of Zoom, if you're getting any type of notice, whether it's a meeting invitation or a notification that you missed a meeting or anything like that, you can always go directly to the Zoom website, sign in with your account, and the website will indicate if there is an upcoming meeting or an ongoing meeting or a meeting that you might have missed. So that's always a much safer way of connecting to these sites. Rather than going through the link in your email, go directly to the website, sign in with your account, and that's definitely a much more secure way of doing it.
Yeah, we can never let our guard down, unfortunately, Lance, because there's always something lurking out there that's unfortunate. But especially, like we said, right now with so many people jumping on Zoom, some that have never been on it before, doing it from home and things like that. Well, some great advice there. Much more, I know, included in your article and on Tech Republic, much more information as well on those video conferencing apps and what you need to know to keep yourself safe. Thanks for watching, everybody.